How's it hanging, YouTube? This is King of Pharaoh Imps, and today I have the first new deck of the 2015 format. It's just an updated version of my Fluffals, but I'm just going to go ahead and get right started. So first of all, for the actual Fluffals are three of the Fluffal Dog, or Fluffal Doge. He's a basic level 4 fairy, 1700 beater. All of the Fluffals, well for the most part, Fluffals get an effect when they are normal or special summoned from the hand. Doge's effect is that he searches another Fluffal or Edge and Scissors from your deck. So he's sort of like a Stratos in kind of, a summon search. So he's just a very good one. He's pretty decent on attack as well. Next up is the 3 Fluffal Owl. This one, when he's summoned from the hand, when he's summoned from the hand, he goes ahead and searches a polymerization. You can then go ahead and his secondary effect is you can pay 500 to essentially activate another polymerization through his effect. So that's an interesting one. So some people say that either his secondary effect or his polymerization search is useless, but not really, because that kind of allows you to go for 2 fusions in one turn with his effect. Next up, I've cut it down to only 1 Fluffal Bear. I mean, I really just like how this card looks because he's like Winnie the Pooh or something. But overall, I did end up kind of just bringing him down to 1 because I was just able to put in kind of maybe like better things for the deck, but I still use him because I still use the fusion, and because he's still a decent monster, and I just like how he looks, of course. So yeah. Then I've of course taken the suggestion to play Fluffal Rabbit. I almost have no idea why. I never used this in the first place, but it is really good. When he's used as fusion material, you can recycle a fusion material monster. Normally I wouldn't do that because like I felt that there were just better cards in the deck aside from him, and that I could kind of do some recycling myself or just preserve my resources well enough myself. But in the end, Fluffal Rabbit is just very good with recycling. And then kind of the opposite of him, 1 Fluffal Cat. This one, when he's used as fusion material, he recycles a polymerization. So that is it for the Fluffals themselves. Then for the support is the 2 Edge and Scissors. I guess this kind of counts as part of the archetype because you do need it as the main material for the fusion monsters. But for the most part, he's not so much part of them. He is a level 3 fiend, and he's got an effect similar to Plague Spreader, except he does not get banished when he leaves the field, as in he's in the grave, top deck of cards, special summon him. So he's good that way, so that kind of allows you to go for 2 fusions in one turn sometimes, or if you can just get it into the grave, you can bring it back next turn or later this turn, or something like that. Kind of to search this out and tutor it out is 3 Tour Guides. For a while, I was trying to figure out some way to play it without the Tour Guides, because I almost felt like Tour Guide didn't help or didn't work, but in the end you just really do need it to search out the scissors. Then is the 3 Card D. This isn't particularly a turbo build, but Card D just helps so much with searching out the stuff you need, because I think I mentioned it before that in fusion decks similar to this, I feel like you do need some speed to get all your materials, just like in Crimson Sunbird Turbo. So Card D just helps with that. Before I was comboing Card with Threatening Roar to help out, but this format I do not want to run into Denko Sekka, so I'm playing 3 Battle Fader. Of course you definitely can use Swift Scarecrow instead, I just happen to have Battle Faders. But he is very good. Just because blocking attacks, you definitely could try out a Gores instead, or like I said, the Swift Scarecrows, which you probably should be using because they just work, because this kind of this gets stopped by vanities. So that's just basically my reasoning, just stall it off, and that's all for monsters. Then next with spells, 1 Soul Charge, Soul Charge, Snatch Steal. This card actually kind of helps because if your opponent has 1 monster on the field, you can go ahead and Snatch Steal it away and just go ahead and get their stuff out of the way. Then you have your fusion and then whatever they had to go ahead and just attack directly, just very good. And I'm also using one Book of Moon. I kind of feel like this is for the Denko Sekka because I still do play traps, so you just want to be able to take care of that, and kind of ASAP. Well, not ASAP. I mean, even though it is at only one copy in here, it still does help, possibly. And then just kind of, for overall spelliness, from then, one Regeki, but to go with it, 2 Dark Holes, since it's at 2 now. What all this does is this helps with the monster removal, so you can go ahead and get your attack. Then 2 polymerizations. Now, this is a fusion substitute, I just can't find my second polymerization. I've cut it down from 3 just because it is searchable through OWL, and in a way it can be a dead draw, believe it or not, but you still need to play, I feel like, at least 2. I feel like I can get away with 1, but I'm still playing 2 just to be safe. Of course it should be polymerization, not fusion substitute, because polymerization works with the hand and the recycle effect of fusion substitute is meh. And then kind of to go with that is 1 fusion recovery. Now I am using the cat and the rabbit, but this just helps because it grabs 2 things for 1 card. So again, with the helps you with the fusion plays. From then on, I'm trying out this card, 2 Celestial Transformation. Now, I'm using this as opposed to Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen, because Valhalla is susceptible to MST, and Valhalla requires me to have nothing on the board, which sometimes I found myself, if I made a tour guide play the turn before and set up something like a Leviathan Dragon or something defensive, then I will need to pull off the dog and the owl, and I can't do that if I have Valhalla, so this helps. In case you're wondering what it does, it's a quick play spell. It lets you special summon a fairy from your hand, but its attack is halved and it's destroyed during the end phase. But you're going to be fusing with it and getting the effects off, so you don't care too much. This isn't my idea. I stole this from that Craig fellow. You can go ahead and check out his deck in the description. But it's a very interesting card, and I'm trying it out. That's it for spells. For traps, a little less than before. Of course, just the Solemn, the Compulse, and the Bottomless. I cut the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast because I'm not using Toy Pot anymore. From then on, just 2 Vanity's Emptiness, and then 3 traps done to help get your stuff off. I'm not using MST because it doesn't really, I guess there's no room for it. You just kind of need most of the stuff to be out of the way to grab your pieces that you need for your fusion plays, and having a trap stun set, it just works, I guess, better because you can just get rid of everything. And I mean, if you are going against something like Pendulums, you can go ahead and Dark Hole and Regeki their stuff away, and then trap stun if they happen to have any traps. I guess I don't care all that much if anything's gonna happen. Even if they do make a big Pendulum play, I definitely can Battle Fader, and then on my turn Dark Hole and Regeki, and then trap stun, as opposed to trying to use MST to stop their Pendulum scales. That's it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck, I am using 3 of the Fluffal, or sorry, Fright for Wolves, because, well, I guess he's good, and you kind of need something, I guess, and maximum number is alright. You definitely can pull off 3, you can pull off 2, but I have 3 just to be safe, and I'm also trying out 1 of the Fright for Bear, as you can see. Since I'm only playing 1 bear in the main deck, of course only 1 of Fright for Bear. He's pretty good. He's got 2200, and he's got an effect that whatever he kills equips to him, and he gains 1000 attack for each. So that can be pretty useful. So yeah. The thing about Fright for Tiger, it's looking like it's not going to be in Secrets of Eternity, as it wasn't originally in there for the Japanese set, and we already got all our OCG imports revealed. So this is the fusion lineup for now. But when Fright for Tiger definitely comes out, I will be trying out 2 copies of it. For Xyz, I'm trying out a Ghost Trick Dull hand because I do play the Battle Faders, and then Rabbit and Cat are level 1. So it's just it's a bit of situational, but it's there just in case. I haven't made it yet. I'm also using 1 Gachi Gachi because, like I said, I have card cars, and I have the Owl, which is level 2. So if card car ever gets Veilered, and I can bring out an Owl next turn, or Celestial Transformation into 1, just go defensive with this. From then on, just all the rank 3s you can possibly find. Just play any that you happen to have. Of course, one play an Alucard, don't have that at the moment. Don't particularly need it because I have the trap stuns, but some stuff that I want to mention in particular is the Fortune Tune, because he's just really good with defense and helps you recycle, but sometimes you don't want to recycle, so you can just go ahead Zen mains instead. And, a lot of people aren't playing Black Ship of Corn anyway, so Zen mains also helps out. And then of course the Leviathan Dragon, because that helps you just get an easy detach off of your Edge Imp Scissors, or Edge Imp Sabers, and just get a nice little 25 beater on the field. So that has been the Fluffal deck profile, the updated version that I have for 2015. Not so much, I guess, has changed in the main deck, except for the 2 Dark Holes and the, and the Snatch Steal, but I did make some personal changes myself as far as Rabbit goes, and then the Celestial Transformation and Battle Faders and so on and everywhere here. But I definitely do feel like this is a fun deck for the format. I really don't know how competitive it will be, probably not much at all. But if you are playing some Tier 2, Tier 3 duels, and this is just a really fun deck to use, just because you're using like little stuffed toys, and then you're using the pretty neat fusions, because it does really feel neat to be using fusions again. It's really cool that they're back in Fluffals here, and with Shadows, and then Heroes coming out later. So fusions are just really neat. It is also really cool that Owl and actually Cat as well, that this archetype really actually supports polymerization as opposed to their own fusion spell. I mean, if they did get their own fusion spell, that would be very interesting, but it's just cool to see some more support for some old stuff. So anyway, if you enjoyed the content, please remember to subscribe. Also leave a like and a comment to show your support. This has been King of Pharaoh Imps. Have a nice day.